if I could just interject here for a second,
Yeah.
we didn't really plan this flow of this stream very well beforehand, but now that we're at this point, I feel like wouldn't it be a better order where you show us how you grind skills, you start grinding skills, and then while we're grinding skills, we have this conversation.
Yes, but grinding. Okay, so all right.
I really just want to see how you grind your skills.
I think yeah. Okay, Adam has. Okay, everybody just say what you want to see.
Which
and
yeah.
Cats will write them down, and then I'll make a comment on that.
Yes, yes. I can. What I could do is
you can list them out so that I can start preparing. So I'll show you guys something that, of course, that I do. So I mean, I don't do that much. So I do carpentry and masonry. So carpentry is probably a little better than masonry. Let's think about how I'm going to do this.
Yeah, let's do carpentry. Carpentry is a good one. It's like standard style.
It's the standard one, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to just create, this is what I do. So I create, right now, we have 3 Q actions, right? And you can see that in the crafting window here. I have 3 Q actions. I have not unlocked anything else. I doubt anybody has really unlocked more than 3 at this point on the old server. So I'm going to get some wood. And I'm going to make myself, I mean, you can make yourself whatever you want. You can have small barrels. You can have this fruit press like I made. I did it with the beds, basically anything carpentry that I can think of. Let me just take out some junky wood, and I'll just make myself like 3 spindles, since that's something really easy. And you can see here what I've done, because I don't have the tool belts yet, is I made myself a carpentry category. So I went here and I added a group and I called it carpentry tools, and then I put my carpentry tools in here. Oh, I already have a log in there. And so you have to be prepared for all the tools that you need right off the bat. Carving knife. Actually, let's use the crafting window so people can see it that way. And I'm going to make myself 3 spindles. And the reason why you make 3 is because then you have 3 items that you can queue up actions for, which makes life a little bit easier than trying to do 2 or 1. And what you're really trying to do here... Oh, that did not work. Let's see if I can even get 3 spindles. Yeah, I've been trying to get in the habit still of using the crafting window. I almost feel like there should be... Oh, absurdities, you monster. Thank you so much for that raid. 31 Welcome. People, thank you for joining our stream. Everyone that just came in from Absurdity stream. We are about... This is a great time. Oh, thanks for the follow,
yeah, Oxygen. Thank you for the follow. This is the perfect time for you guys to join, because Brian is just about to reveal how he grinds his skills.
Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for the follow, everyone. I don't know why the alert didn't... Oh, that's not saying that. Thanks for the follow. So Zal Moxis Worm. Yeah, so I was in the process of explaining how I grind skills in Wurm. I make 3 items. Doesn't matter what the items are. And oh, thanks for the follow, Ivy Song.
Ivy Song,
thank you for joining us. And Pharrell, which I'm sure it's going to
pop up in a second.
Pop up in a second here. So I make the 3 items, and which is now done. And I'm trying to organize it in a way. Oh, thank you so much, Pharrell. There it is. I'm going to
There it
remove
is.
this group that I made. So there's the 3 items. I can see here the 3 items that need logs. I have my log here. I don't really need the maplewood log. I guess I can use it for a bit. It's 12 quality. I have all my tools ready to go. And I'm basically going to queue up actions. The 3 actions for all of these 3 spindles. Before I do that, oh, I've got 3 minutes of sleep bonus. That's not a lot. Always try to trigger the sleep bonus. And if you don't know what sleep bonus is, I think everybody does. Thank you for the follow, Morlack. It basically gives you double experience. So this is the time to use it if you have it. It does do a few more things than that. You can look up in the Wurmpedia what sleep bonus actually gives you. But this is the main reason why people use sleep bonus. And you just basically pop the sleep bonus if you have it. If not, no problem. And I'll take my maple log and see at the top here, because I have all 3 that are going to be logs, definitely you're going to have a keybind for improving and a keybind for repairing. A lot of people, this is like standard Wurm practice if you haven't. My keybind is just spacebar and R, although R has been taken over by the repeat action, so I've now changed it to shift, spacebar, and R for myself. So what I do is I just click here on the top and hit the improve button. I'll toggle my sleep bonus and let it fly. And at this point, you can either have your skill window open or that skill tracker open, just to see. At this point, it's just carpentry skill that I'm going to get, because spindles are just carpentry. Do I do much else? Other things that you can keep in mind is nutrition does impact a little bit of how much skill gain that you get. So definitely make sure that your skill gain's good. Definitely make sure that your water is good before you start this, unlike what I just did, so that you're not wasting your sleep bonus. And at this point, you're wanting to focus in on all of the items that you have. If you need to repair something, you repair it. And what you're going to do is you're going to improve them to the point of around your skill level, or what you can do. So at the beginning, you can do something like 20 quality, and
Passing that helm.
Oh God. Are you wanting me to shut up, Rayburn? I've spoken too much.
Yeah, let's put a helm over his face.
So at this point, you're wanting to improve them just at the beginning. When you don't have much skill, you could probably improve them close to 20 if you have that wood or the logs. You basically improve them as high as you can go with the logs at the start. But then as you get higher, you'll want to improve them to about your skill, and then sort of switch them out to new items.
Yeah, I would say you can go above your skill.
Somewhat, but I feel like you stop losing.
Right.
Yeah,
like I've read guides that claim that you just should take the items way above your skill to quote unquote the sweet spot that is somewhere way up there. But
whatever
from my
that
experience
is these days.
Yeah, from my experience, what I found is that when you get up there, you fail a lot. Like you fail actions all the time when they're way above your skill.
Yeah.
And I feel like that really
your
does
stamina
hinder the skill gain over time. I'm going to go back here. Pharrell was saying she's seeing the animation. Did you play MTG Arena by any chance? I must say I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I also don't know what that is.
Okay.
Maybe you can explain a little bit, Pharrell.
And Griffo's asking, how come Adam doesn't have any filter options? And there's a good reason for that.
Oh, Magic the Gathering. There it is. Oh, you're talking about the animation of the alerts. that I put in.
the follow.
It's just a coincidence. It does look similar to a Magic the Gathering, doesn't it?
And the reason why I don't have any filter options is because we can't get them to work.
Eventually, we're trying.
Yeah, we're trying. We'll figure it out. But Brian's the one streaming, so it's all going through him. I'm just sending him my video feed, and he's putting it in there. But we haven't figured out how to connect Twitch, because the Twitch alerts are the Twitch like rewards to. We can get it so that
bonus.
Either it'll be me or it will be Brian, but we can't get it so that it's both. So we figured we'll just do it with Brian for now.
Yeah, maybe we'll add some manual ones where Adam would have to keep track of the activity feed, and when someone triggers it,
I can
he'll
hit a
turn
button
it on
and do something like this.
Yeah.
Babyface Adam.
Everybody wants to see the babyface Adam. I think that's what it is.
Oh, is that what it is? Everybody wants to see the babyface Adam?
Oh, man. Yeah. The beard is super.
Yeah. Love that
Dwarf
one.
Adam is awesome. Okay, so, I mean, that's essentially what I do. I'll level these up.
Yes, I did copy all of the suggestions for the deed progression, and I put those into a Google Doc, and I shared that with you, Brian. So at some point.
At some point, I'm going to have to look at who did you share it with?
Your gold.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is what I'm assuming everybody has said in the chat.
Yeah, we can get that. Have we finished your explanation of your skilling?
I think I did.
Queue up 3 actions.
At least to start with.
Going.
That's what I've been doing. So far, you can see I've gotten 0.13 skill, almost 1.4, and it's been only 5 minutes or so. So it's not too bad. Within the hour, I mean, we're in the 30 skill level, so it's going to start slowing down. At lower levels, you're going pretty fast. Carpentry is not the fastest skill, but it's still fairly fast. Pottery, I did some pottery, and I got that to 17. And pottery was actually fairly fast skill, I must say, at low levels.
There's quite a few skills that are fast.
I stopped because I was just starting to do way too many skills at once.
Right, too many. Yeah. But it's good to get those ones up, like the basic levels. Like 17 is great. That way, like when you go to make a bunch of, let's say, pottery bowls, it won't be fail after fail after fail. Like you'll at least have like the base sort of skill to make some. So
then, what should you skill on? I started skilling on jars. So jars is fine. You can probably level, there's a number of things, but start with jars, get your skill to like 10 to 15. You can switch over to other things like measuring jugs and stuff. You always want to skill, I find, something that takes you like, you have a 50% chance to create. I also didn't mention that. If you do something like a 50% chance of creation, then you'll have pretty good skill with that sort of thing. And
I agree with that. But
if that makes sense.
The other thing to consider is that you should also skill up on things that you need, right? Like, for example, I needed, like a bunch of pottery bowls so that I can start working up my hot food cooking. So, you make a bunch of pottery bowls and you get those up. Make the things that you need first and skill up on those. And then maybe if you have a neighbor who needs a bunch of pottery bowls as well.
Also, something that I did not touch upon, and you're right, you already answered this, Mortal Wombat. So you can see my stamina. Never, ever make that stamina bar end an action with no stamina. You won't get either any skill ups for that or very little skill ups.
I think you get 10% of the skill.
Yeah, very small. So never, small. If that last action goes below that, and a good example for that is like mining. When doing mining at this level, you could probably only do 2 actions before your stamina bar runs out.
Yeah.
Stop at that 2 actions. Don't do a third one. Don't regain your stamina. and do it again. And you can sort of see that my 3 actions, and the reason why I didn't cover it, because I already knew in my head that my 3 actions would not drain my stamina, but will drain it to a point like 40%, 30% before it goes back up. Knowing that, the longer, every time your stamina bar goes down, the longer it takes to do your action. And that in turn also gives you a better chance at getting a higher amount of skill.
Right. The longer
For
the
that
action, yeah, the longer
That's
the
why I'm
action,
queuing.
the higher the skill. Okay, that's a big thing in this game. Except for if the action makes your stamina bar run out. A good tip for mining, if you're interested in getting your mining up, is mine the ceilings. If you mine the ceilings, it just gives you so much more actions to do, and they're quicker actions that you can queue up more of.
Yeah. And thanks for the follow, Unicori. Thanks for joining us.
Elliot Pop logged in.
Oh, we've got Elliot Pop and Pyro in our village right now. How are you guys doing?
And Pyro,
I'm not sure
yes.
if you guys are in this chat. Physic, thanks for that follow. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, well, what else was I going to say? Who was it that just commented on that? Somebody just said something. Oh, Polar Bear, yeah. So as you start gaining more stamina, and you're finding that like you're queuing up as much as you can, and yet you're still not draining your stamina, you could potentially turn on your climbing, do your actions, and what that does is it stops your stamina from regenning, and then you can just queue up more actions at lower stamina so that you have a better chance of getting more experience for that action until you know. And there are some stuff that you can do that for. Specifically right now, if you're trying to get body control and you're doing it through investigation, through archaeology, or you're doing it through this archery target, shooting arrows at the archery target, pop that climbing mode on, do your archery targets, so that your stamina will not regen, because I think the archery target, your stamina goes down very slowly, and then make your stamina go down to like the lowest, and then turn off climbing. That'll give you more benefit of like your actions.
Speaking of which, I think I'm going to do that because I am really close to my body control.
Yeah, something that I have not been able to show off is I did get to body control 21 the other
Hell
day.
Horses. I'm going to move your cart.
Arnold VHS workout tapes are the best for body control, Gain. That's true. If you turn them on and watch them on the side, it'll take away the monotony for sure of your body control game. And that's something I sort of hinted on was just slightly was the two, I guess, ways that people are leveling their body control, which is making yourself a bow, shooting at the archery target of arrow shafts, or doing investigation through archaeology. They both give you similar, and you can see here Adam's shield going through his head, through his...
Oh, my shield is on. Let me take my shield off.
His archery practice. So, I mean, that's what he's doing right now, is his archery practice.
Yeah, actually, getting hurt there was actually nice because it makes the timer longer.
Oh, you got hurt there?
Yeah, the horse gave me a whack.
And this is if you're wanting to do it safely. You do get body control just through other means as well. You can see here that I'm getting body control through carpentry, right? I got 0.013 just by leveling these or improving these spindles.
Yeah, and I was getting body control by doing butchering too. You know, imping spindles is another one that people say is a good thing to do at the beginning.
Yeah.
Did my bowstring already break? Oh, good.
Your bowstring already broke. Yeah, that's one problem with archery. All right, so Adam said that he wrote down a bunch of what you guys were saying about what you'd want to see to advance or to be implemented into the benefits of having a deed. Well, let me read them for faster growing crops.
But before you get to that, we should, anybody who hasn't given their suggestions. So what we're trying to do here is come up with a list of things that we would want as sort of a bonus to deeds, something that's going to be beneficial to the player for planting their deed. So if you have any ideas, put them in chat and we'll come up with a list of stuff, and we're going to make this suggestion to the devs at some point.
Basically passing them along to cats. We'll pass it along to make the suggestion to the devs. Okay, so let me read what you guys said. Sorry, Adam did not put who said them, but
oh, sorry. Yeah,
I'm sure someone did. So if you said them, this is thank you for the suggestions here so far. I see faster growing crop, which is number 1, which I also suggested, and Pats was saying that she did not like that idea because there are a bunch of lazy farmers that just want to put down their crops and then wait a week for them to really grow. And if you did them, if they were too fast, I could see how that would be just like a chore, especially for someone who has a farming deed. We knew like Nightshade had a huge deed back in the day in 2013, and she was, even her, with the way that the crops, it was so big that she would get to the end of farming and it would already need farming again, like the beginning ones. And it was just like too much to handle the amount of tiles that she had. And so it's true, like if you have too many tiles, it could just be a nightmare. So the better suggestion was to have the harvesting level stage of crops just last longer. I'm not sure if that's already written here, but
no, it's not written here. But this isn't the official list. I think that this is just the list of, I just copied and pasted what people were saying.
Okay. Another thing for improving items that will become more prevalent down the road, so you might as well get used to this, is always try to use the material, like the wood, and like items like water. But start your actions with those. Start your queuing actions with those. So here I have a log. So I'm going to start with the log first and then move to the carving knife to do the second and third actions. And the reason you want to do that is because later, when you have really nice quality tools, and you might have gone out and gotten the COC enchanted on them to get better skill gain. If you do get a skilling tick that's further down your stamina so that you get more skill, but you use like a log instead of a tool, so you'll actually get less skill for that because your tool has COC on it, so you'll get better skill ups for it. You'll get the benefit, the bonus of like whatever the COC is on top of the bonus of having that lower stamina. So to navigate that, yes, you can cast COC on your logs. That would be more of if you are the priest and you can just do that all the time, because you would need to do that for lots and lots of logs to keep that up. People do that for water. People do that for... Do they do that for water? I think you did that for water, Adam. You do that for lumps? We cast COC on it.
Oh, yes. No. You have to...
I know one of them didn't work.
You have to cast COC on the item, not on the water. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. I can't remember. Just
so
you can put COC on materials like water.
Here's the thing about putting COC on water is
like
that
clay.
Right, but the problem with water is that if you put COC on the water and do smithing, it will not give you any more skill gain. In order to get, and this is only for water, by the way. Every other material that Brian listed there, it will work if you put it on the log. It'll work if you put it on the lump.
Thank you, Overrider, for that.
It'll work. But the problem is with the tempering action alone, and in order to get the COC gain for the tempering action, the COC has to be on the item. So on my other tune, what I would do is for weaponsmithing, I would just cast COC on a whole bunch of weapons. And then that gives you the COC. I don't know why it's like that. I wish it wasn't. I wish COC water worked. Although COC water works for tailoring.
And
Because it's not tempering. And maybe pottery, yeah. As long as it's not tempering. Sounds like a bug, Keenan says. Well, if it's a bug, it's been in the game since I've known about this since we started. And it's been mentioned I don't know how many times.
So you could see here that my log is too... Actually, this log's not too low. I should start using this one.
But if that could be fixed, man, that would make a big difference.
Baby face. Man, thanks for the follow and the baby face. Thanks for the follow at Admiral Myth and thank you, Pyro. I think people will take me more seriously now. So in saying that, it is more likely that people are going to have COC on their tools than their mats. That's why you do that. And I believe you somewhat get less experience for some mats anyway than doing tools in general. I think water is one of them. You'd have to really test that. I can't remember these days, but just in general, tools give more experience, get more skills. So it's a good practice to just kind of do that in that way. That just like some advanced tips. You don't really need to follow them, but they're there if you want to. Let's go back to what we were doing here.